Hello and welcome to the Enterprise Talk Conversation Series, a peer knowledge resource by the CXOs for the CXOs. Now to our host, Kanika Goswami.
Hi, we welcome you to a podcast on stage with enterprise thought leaders. My name is Kanika and I'm the managing editor of On.Media's B2B enterprise technology publications. We have engaging conversations with global thought leaders and industry experts. They reach over 1.3 million business leaders worldwide. Artificial intelligence is revolutionizing sales, and Apollo AI's recently joined CMO Marcio Arnecke says Apollo is transforming how sales teams discover, engage, and convert prospects through their comprehensive B2B data intelligence and advanced AI tools. Today, we discuss with him how CMOs are using AI to drive manifold growth. Welcome to the show, Marcio. It's great to have you with us today.
Hi, Kanika. Thank you so much for having me over today.
It's a pleasure. A little bit about him first. As Apollo IO's Chief Marketing Officer, Marcio Arnecke brings a visionary approach to scaling high growth B2B SaaS marketing in the AI driven sales landscape. With over 2 decades of experience driving revenue acceleration across global markets, he has consistently transformed early stage technology companies into market defining brands. His expertise in AI powered go to market strategies uniquely position him to accelerate Apollo AI's mission of empowering sales teams through intelligent data and automation. Previously, he played a pivotal role in scaling marketing functions at SaaS giants like Intercom and Zendesk. Drawing from his global experience across Silicon Valley and international markets, Marcio aims to expand Apollo's brand and demonstrate how AI can meaningfully improve sales engagement for growing businesses. On the education front, Marcio holds advanced degrees from Stanford University's Graduate School of Business and Golden Gate University, complemented by a BS in Business Administration from Universidade Fevale in Brazil. Was that correct?
That was very much correct. Yes, I'm
Oh,
Brazilian born, and that was my first school.
okay, good. Thank you. Is there anything you would like to add to how you feel about your new role? Obviously, the work is not new. You've been doing similar work in the past. So,
Yes, absolutely. I have spent most of my career helping companies grow, right? And that's exactly what Apollo does right now, helping sales organizations grow. So, just a little bit about Apollo and how I'm helping Apollo. Apollo is an AI powered sales platform that helps businesses find leads, connect to buyers, and help them close more deals all in one place. Apollo also has built one of the largest B2B databases out there and serve about 500,000 businesses worldwide. So the Apollo technology is helping businesses grow, but also offering, the right data for those businesses to get access to be able to enable the AI initiatives.
so let's start with your opinion on how AI is transforming sales.
Yes, AI is changing the game. Is helping reps, especially sales reps, to work much smarter, not just faster, but really much smarter. With AI sales teams right now, they can prioritize the right leads. They can personalize the messages at scale. They can automate their follow-ups. And they can even have real-time coaching when they're having calls, which is absolutely impressive. It's cutting out a lot of the manual work so reps, can focus on being just more strategic. And really, most importantly, to help reps close, and sell more. And there's definitely a huge wave of transformation. But interesting enough, not a lot of companies are still leveraging AI on their sales organization. It's still very much early days, but the transformation is there, and we're seeing a lot of greatness coming out of sales organization using AI, especially when it comes to driving pipeline and closing deals.
So that was going to be my first question. My second question: would you like to share a strategic roadmap for businesses adapting to AI-driven go-to-market intelligence for their marketing outreach?
Absolutely. I mean, the best teams out there are using AI to power basically every part of their go-to-market. They especially scoring leads. They're identifying buying intent, which is really has a skill now, by accessing, the right tools through AI. They're generating content at scale. They're automating our reach, all done through AI. That drives really more pipeline and better win rates, but most importantly, drives better conversions because you just be more personalized and you're having the conversations at the right time with those organizations, which really is what the power of AI is bringing to the table, being able to talk to people at the right time. So it's really right now by leveraging tools like Apollo, for example, especially on the SMBs and mid-market, that's what's unlocking growth at a much faster pace for those companies.
So all of these tools can help organizations and CMOs, of course, who are prepared for it in terms of infrastructure, in terms of mm, mm, basic data being clean, basic data being well structured, and all of that. Do you think businesses today are ready to leverage these tools? Do they have the, I wouldn't say know-how, because know-how, that kind of technology skills are available, but by way of infrastructure and their readiness, do you think they are able to get the best out of these tools?
Honestly, I think it's a mixed bag. You touched on something really important, which is you have to have great data in order to accomplish your AI tasks.
Hmm.
Without great data in place, it really becomes a hurdle to be able to achieve your success, very much. How well positioned businesses are today? I think enterprises, they have the resources to be able to leverage a lot of the AI tools that are in place. And they also have the financial resources to enhance their data very quickly. But a lot of SMBs are catching up.
Hmm.
However, they're catching up really fast. Special tools like Apollo, as an example, making AI more accessible, making data more accessible, that gap is closing. AI, just a few quarters ago, was all about having enough resources and having enough a clean data structure to be able to activate and accelerate. Nowadays, I think things are changing dramatically for the small businesses, and Apollo focus very much on giving access to data and the right tools to small businesses and mid-sized businesses. So we have a lot of conversations with our customers on how AI is changing in other businesses. So the gap is closing. Um, and the ones that are moving earlier are seeing real results right now.
My next question too is, what's data readiness? Like we just discussed, data readiness is going to be one of the basic foundations of the ability to use better tools. What can be done better for having a good data so that these tools can perform optimally? And after this, I'm going to ask you to tell us a little bit about what offerings and what solutions Apollo AI has for the market. So, can you start with the data readiness situation as of today?
Absolutely. Data is getting better, but it still is a work in progress for most of the teams, to be honest. You need clean, complete, real data for AI to perform well, right? That means ditching sales lists, filling the gaps, and keeping your systems aligned actually across the board, which is a very difficult thing to do. So at Apollo, we help by giving access to verify always updated contact and company data, which brings a great foundation for a lot of companies. So we do all of that for companies, right? With that foundation in place and access to that data, it's speaking about our offerings when it comes to AI, you can quickly run lists, you can quickly run outreaches to specific buyers in a matter of seconds. You can build prompts. I give an example. You can come in. I would love to speak with 10 marketing leaders in the Silicon Valley. That's no more than a prompt that can be built where a list can be provided to you with a number of options. And then an outreach can be provided to you where you can build an entire campaign end to end in a matter of seconds. Back in the days, me as a marketer, that being in the marketing function for 20 years, that would take a couple of people and definitely a few tools to get you there. And if anything, you take a full morning to build such campaigns. It's really impressive that now you can build a campaign like that in just a matter of seconds. So this is really empowering small businesses to be able to have access to what back in the days would be an enterprise level view of how you could build a sophisticated campaign. So this is the power of AI, and this is the power of the Apollo is bringing today to the table.
Now, a quick question about skills that are available in the market. Do you think the industry has enough artificial intelligence, data crunchers, data scientists, or just AI experts to be able to make a marked difference to the marketing team's efficiencies?
I think we're still in the early days there. I think companies are investing more on hiring data scientists. I think that there's a stronger investment on operationalizing AI, right? But I think it's really important that companies invest on enabling the organization and enabling their current employees to become AI specialists. I think everyone in the future, to some extent, are going to become an AI engineer, is going to be able to write prompts and should be able to manage the AI stack. I think we are in the early days of that. And I think that there's a huge opportunity, for example, for marketers that have a passion for AI to really uplevel their skill set and really own and drive fundamental changes in marketing organizations. I think those marketers are going to be highly valuable in the market workplace in the near future. So I think that that's a very exciting opportunity. So we're still in the early days and it still feels very specialized. But in the future, I do think most of people will be AI engineers to some extent.
Most of the jobs are going to be done, uh, if not completely, then uh, a large part of it will be done using AI tools. And of course, it's going to make business sense. So yes, you're right. Most of the engineers would be having to, develop some skills in AI tools. Yes. So something about what Apollo AI does for marketeers. This was just about the technology as such and how it helps. How have you harnessed it to make deliverable solutions that make a impact in the market?
Apollo is a Apollo is an end-to-end solution that offers sales and marketers of all the tools they need to drive prospecting from inbound to the outbound. If you think about enrichment, think about outreach, think just about data collection, so you can actually run your campaigns at scale, end to end, across the whole stack. What our AI offerings do, we accelerate that. We're able to drive and build the campaigns end to end, especially for small business organizations that don't have the entire tech stack in place, or might not even have the knowledge of how to run an AI campaign in place. What we bring to the market is the connection between all those pieces of the puzzle to be run through prompts. You can write a simple prompt and run a campaign end to end in a matter of seconds, which would take normally companies hours, if not days, to do so. That's the power of Apollo AI. It's that integration, it's that ability of driving the communication at scale with a personalized touch to every single contact that you're reaching out to. I've spent most of my career trying to figure this out, of how to personalize, how to drive campaigns at scale, which took me a lot of effort and a lot of dollars, having to buy a bunch of different tools to be able to get me there. Now that's available, and one tool is available at Apollo, especially for small business organizations. So that's the power of Apollo end to end, and that's the power of Apollo AI that we bring to the table for small business organizations.
So, a quick aside, this is not a part of the questions, but I was just curious. Apollo AI operates globally, is it not?
Yes,
Across countries.
we're a global
So,
business.
For delivering personalization, you'd also have to do some amount of localization. So the tools are also capable of doing that.
That is 100% correct. That's one of the powers of the tool. You can run a global business. The tool is able to do localization. Let's say you're having business with the US plus Asia plus EMEA, whatever markets you might be. You're able to customize. You're able to drive campaigns at a global scale. We have customers all around the globe that leverage us exactly for that purpose because they have customers in different geolocations. So they need a tool they can build not just the contacts at scale, but also their campaigns at scale with their localized voice. And that's one of the powers of AI nowadays. You might remember that back in the days, you need a very strong localization organization. It took you days, if not weeks, to localize one campaign in Spanish, in Portuguese, in German, in Japanese, whatever that might be. Nowadays, you can run a campaign in 2, 3 different languages at scale very quickly.
And one last query, and this is again not a part of the questions, is when AI uses customer data to create strategies which are properly personalized and probably even customized and localized, there are various different kinds of data privacy laws that are applicable across geographies. So those compliances are also taken care of in the solution.
Those compliances are 100% taking care of the solution. We are GDPR compliant. We have our compliance across all our different geos that we act on. And that's the beauty about using a tool like Apollo. If you're doing data on the side, if you want to manage that yourself, you have to be mindful of a number of things. Number one is the data is stale, right? Data changes all the time, number one. Number two, are you in compliance with all the laws across not just the world? Are you in compliance with the laws within the US, from California to New York to different states? So there's a lot of different compliances that Apollo takes care of all of that. And I think that that's quite beautiful if you think about scaling and using the business to help you scale.
So thank you so much, Marcio. I think this is the end of my questions. If you have something which is relevant to this conversation and I may have missed asking you about it, please do go on. You're welcome. So is there anything that I could not ask you but you want to share with the audience?
I would love to share with the audience. I can say, but Kanika, thank you so much for having me. It's been a great conversation. There's one thing I'd love to share with the audience, which is if it's not clear enough, AI is obviously here to stay. Things are changing every week. I would say things are changing every year and then every quarter. Now things are changing every week. There's new technology available. There's new ways you can do prospecting. There's new ways to think about pipeline or about how you activate it, you go to market. So my recommendation to everyone is just be curious, be out there, watch some YouTube videos. Make sure you're engaging on the right technology. Listen to great podcasts like the one we're talking right now, but really be active on learning and educating yourself. A lot of tools like Apollo do offer training and education around AI. Leverage those. Those are free. So stay ahead of the curve because the curve is just around the corner and is moving really, really fast.
And that is true for all sectors, all industries, all roles, even my job.
I absolutely agree.
So I have to really thank you for the time you've given us.
Thank you so much for being with us. Please do follow us on social media for regular updates and new content.